You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
And here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready? Ready.
What is happening, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up?
What is, man? How goes it?
Pretty good.
Just
pretty
waiting
good.
for fucking Super Bowl.
Super Bowl
That's
weekend. It's here. It's almost here. Do you guys think it's an important game?
No, not at all.
So Super Bowl, every year they have this thing called Media Row or Radio Row, where people set up shop basically this entire week leading up to it. By people, I mean different podcasters, media companies, radio shows, all sorts of the other, and they basically set up shop and talk about whatever's going on. Super Bowl teams were there today. They landed, so they got to ask them some questions. I'm going to play two clips for you. One's to Mike Vrabel and one is to Drake Maye. Here, have a listen.
Are we playing to win? What else will we be planning to do? Yes. That's the goal of us coming out here. We're coming out here to win the game, and that's the number one priority. And looking forward to getting a chance to have a great week of practice and give them a chance to play in the Super Bowl. How about that?
And that is Drake Maye playing to win, fellas.
That's why we play the game.
But like,
You
who
play to
must
win.
win. You don't play to lose.
Not just fucking going to show up to Super Bowl.
who the fuck asked that question?
That's a dumb question.
And why are they employed? Like
That's what I always get when you get media credentials or whatever. You get a chance to ask one question. That's the question that you've come up with. That's the question that you planned or someone told you, hey, ask this question.
hold on, it gets better.
Is this a must-win game?
A must-win? Yeah, I think every time we go out is a must-win game. I mean, it's kind of the attitude that I've always taken in the National Football League.
International media.
Did these fuckers seriously leave the Red Zone Blitz podcast off the Media Row?
Hey, we're gonna be
That's
working
got to
on
be
that.
international media.
We're gonna be working on that. We're gonna get out there next year and hopefully ask some better questions in LA.
I
because
swear to
that
God,
was
though,
not very
sad.
good.
I swear to God, is this a must-win game? Gets asked every fucking year. I swear to God, this question gets asked every fucking. Is the Super Bowl a must-win game?
No, you know what gets asked actually after every game, usually like the winning quarterback, is what does this mean to you? And then the response is always everything or the world. And then they thank God, and then that's it. It's like everyone's going to have the same response. What does it mean to you? It means
Is
a
the
lot.
Super Bowl, like, I will always be a little biased and I will always say the Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to ever win. That will just be me forever, always. No one can change my mind. But is the Super Bowl, is winning that more for the players or more for the owners? Who does it mean more for?
Well, when you win the Stanley Cup, who gets handed the cup?
The captain,
And when you win the Super Bowl, who gets handed the Lombardi Trophy?
the owner.
There you go.
That's actually really good.
Yeah,
It makes
no,
a lot of sense.
that's where I was going with it because I was trying to think. I'm like, maybe it's the roster size, maybe it's the amount of people that are on the team that dilutes it a little bit because you look at all those Cowboys Super Bowls. You don't remember every single player. You remember a handful of really great players, or even the Tom Brady era, like in New England, you don't remember all the players.
That's got to change. They got to give it to the quarterback right off the bat.
But what if the quarterback's not the best player? Like, what if it's
He's
like
still the quarterback. He's still the number one guy.
I don't know. I feel like the NFL will
Or the head coach.
I would give it to that coach.
The NFL, it's always I don't know. I feel like it's always going to be the brand.
Or give it to the MVP.
Maybe
If he's on the
I don't
right
know.
team.
I used to think that the NFL should change the way they deliver the trophy. It should go to the players first. But the more and more I think about it, I'm like, it actually is kind of a team trophy. Like, it's more for the team. It always gets cemented as like the team. I think the NFL is probably the only sport and it's probably up there with baseball, where the most amount of jerseys that are blanks are sold. Like, you see a lot of blank NFL jerseys with no player names or players that get traded. That's another one too. Like, people still rock their Des Bryant jerseys. People still rock like jerseys.
I still rock my Des Bryant jersey. I still rock my DeMarcus Ware jersey.
So people fall in love with, I think it's always the logo over the player. in the NFL. Whereas like you look at basketball, I go wherever LeBron goes. And I think I could never imagine doing that for the NFL. Like I could never imagine being like, hey, there's this player that I really, really like, and he doesn't play. Like Zeke Elliott was probably one of my favorite players of all time. But when he left the Cowboys to play in New England, I wasn't suddenly like, yeah, go New England.
How often does a star NFL player switch teams
I don't know.
compared to the NBA? Right?
Maybe, yeah, that is true. The life of the contract way is a little bit different. I guess in the NBA, you don't like. You look at a guy like James Harden, and if you really, really like James Harden when he was in Houston and you followed his career path, you probably are like, this is the wildest ride of my life.
Yeah.
But Saquon Barkley leaving the Giants, not to shit on the Giants, which I love to do, is like a huge thing. Because like, how often does a star player like that in his prime leave and go to
a division rival?
And now, like, I'd be curious to see, are there Giants fans out there that are like, you know what? I don't want to cheer for the Giants. I'm going to cheer for the Eagles because I love Saquon. And I think these new age cats, these new age fans are that way in a little bit of a sense. Like they do follow the player more than they follow the team. Like,
for sure.
You see that with the way, like, how quick people are to like change teams or change fandom or be like, you know what? No, I'm not cheering for him anymore. No, I'm going to switch my team. That is a lot of it is like player related, I think, is like, oh, so-and-so, like how many Minnesota Viking fans in Justin Jefferson's prime glory when he was making all those highlight reel plays. Oh my God, I love Justin Jefferson. I love JJ, the gritty, all this and that, the other. Now, how many of them really care that the GM got fired while he was at the Senior Bowl? Nobody really. Like you will see diehard Minnesota Viking fans, but you won't see all those little kids that were like, yeah, go Jettas. So I don't know, a little bit of a tangent before we started our Super Bowl segment. But fellas, let's dive into the Super Bowl.
Let's fucking go.
The ghost of Super Bowl 49, fellas. It's been 11 years since the infamous Malcolm Butler interception. The Patriots are back. The Seahawks are back, but the faces couldn't be more different. Guys, we have to start with the history. It's been over a decade since Seattle and New England met on this stage. Back then, it was Brady versus Russ and the Legion of Boom. Now we've got Mike Vrabel trying to win a ring with the team he played for, and Mike Macdonald leading a young Seattle squad that's been absolutely torching people this postseason. We're looking at a Seattle offense putting up 36 points per game in the playoffs, while the Pats defense is only giving up about 8 points. Wow. Which side of that best versus best matchup cracks first under the bright lights of Santa Clara?
I think it's going to be Seattle offense breaking through that Patriots defense first.
I think it's harder to play defense in the NFL than it is to play offense.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I think it's much harder and not just because there's multiple ways to score. Like there's multiple ways you can kick a field goal, you know, you can run in the touchdown, you can throw in the touchdown, you can get a safety, whatever. But I think it's like, that is a grueling thing to do for the duration of the game, is to shut those guys down, especially when they're coming at you with a guy like Kenneth
Walker. I think
Walker.
that's also a weather factor because the Patriots were in the East Coast. A lot of bad weather, snow, ice, cold.
They did benefit.
More of a defensive game.
They did benefit from taking away facets of the game. So, like, for example, like Denver. Okay, sorry, Patriots fans, but you got Jared Stidham, and it was brutal weather for the second half, and basically that meant they were running the ball with their backup running back.
And then before that, you had fucking CJ Stroud, who was seeing ghosts the entire game. He was fucking terrible.
And with Seattle, it was all the West Coast offense teams.
Yeah, you didn't get many.
Offense.
Yeah, you didn't get many plays against, like, you know, bad weather teams, and it was. They did their job, Seattle. I'm not going to take anything away from them. Like, I could tell maybe that they weren't as battle tested, especially with playing, you know, the 49ers that were all battled up and bruised and all playing against electricity and all that other stuff. But they took care of business. Now, to your point of CJ Stroud, do you think he was seeing ghosts, or do you think he was seeing strippers?
Maybe both, but during that game, he was.
I don't think I don't know if it's a distraction thing with CJ Stroud as much. Or sorry, I don't know if it's a mental, like he can't think the game. I think he's just fucking distracted.
I don't know, man. That was a fucking terrible performance, and he should have been pulled.
And I think people are going to go, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, I can hear our mentions now. Why are you guys talking about the Houston Texans, you fucking Cowboys fans? Talking about the fucking Super Bowl. Like, let us fucking breathe. Listen, I will never let you guys forget the shortcomings of your quarterback. That is my job. I don't care if you play for the Texans, you play for the Cowboys. That was a god awful performance CJ Stroud did.
Also, Drake Maye just played against the top 3. Was it 3 out of the top 5 defenses in the league?
That is true.
Yeah,
that is
so
true.
that's tough for him to do.
He has gone against Drake Maye, and a lot of people. That is an excellent point because a lot of people are going to say, "Well, the Patriots' path was very easy." Maybe for their
so is Seattle.
Maybe for their defense, but no. What you're saying is, if the Patriots go out on Sunday and they beat the Seahawks, Drake Maye just conquered all the best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, you could say their offense had it easy, but the defense, the offense had it hard, but the defense kind of had it easy with Stroud and then having to go against Stidham. So
yeah, but I think it's a tale of both takes. Now, Robert Kraft admitted the last 2 years were the worst of his 32-year ownership. Did he just pull off the greatest pivot in NFL history by firing Gerard Mayo after 1 year to get Vrabel?
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about just being 2 years of the worst 2 years and you're crying about it?
Yeah.
Welcome to my...
He handled
2 fucking
everything
years
right.
and he's crying about fucking is the worst of my fucking 32-year own. Man, it's been like 30 fucking years for Cowboys. It's been longer for fucking like half the
Jerry Jones
franchise
to be
like,
Robert Kraft.
But no, actually, I think I'm gonna disagree with you there, Brandon. I feel like it's been 30 years, but we still have not seen the dumpster fire that is Cleveland. We've had some bright moments in those 30. I'm not saying we've done anything with the bright moments.
I was just using Cowboys,
but I'm just saying, can you imagine being a fucking Browns fan? Like, getting hyped up to draft the number 1 overall pick only for them to fucking turn around, leave, and then excel in Tampa Bay? Like, listen, Cowboys fans, yes, we've had it very rough. Listen to me, Cowboys. I understand. I have not seen fortuitous things happen. But that year when Tony Romo went down and everybody thought our life was ending, and then boom came Dak Prescott with a comp pick, and then boom came Zeke Elliott, and then you had, CeeDee Lamb fall into your lap, which people say is the wildest thing to happen. And then you got Micah Parsons after that, and then Micah Parsons left, and now you have a potential to get Max Crosby and Quentin Williams, or who knows? Like, you got Christian. We're stealing coaches from the Eagles. Well, my point is that yes, the Cowboys, it's been bad, but I look at Mr. Robert Kraft as a Browns fan or as a Jets fan, and I'm like, fuck you.
He hit on everything, right?
Yeah.
Coach, Drake Maye. I think they hit on all their draft picks in the last 2 years.
I think it's something in the water in Massachusetts.
They drafted 11 guys a year ago, and they all suited up this year.
No, they absolutely murdered the draft. And I think Will Campbell, a year ago today, people were like, Will Campbell, there's questions about his health. Does that ring a bell? How many players this year are like Avion Terrell?
Jamal McCoy.
Gerard Coy. How many people are going,
Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson, there's questions about his health. We don't know if he's going to succeed in the end. And listen, there's tons of people out there, tons of players out there that have not succeeded because of their health concerns coming out of college. But Will Campbell, major concerns last year. And they brought in you got to protect the quarterback.
They drafted another old lineman, Jared Wilson, a year ago. He's in the lineup, starter.
And that, I think, that's huge. Not a lot is talked about.
But and they also had $120 million in cap space.
Jeez Louise. KK did his homework on the Patriots.
$30 million more than another team.
You can tell KK's passionate about the Patriots. He did his homework.
But they're upgrading, right? They shored up their offensive line, defensive line, secondary, receivers. They brought in the guys to make the team.
And bringing in Stephon Diggs was not an expensive thing. And now you got the owner.
They took a shot at him, and it worked out.
Now you got the owner dancing with his baby mama. But hey, Robert Kraft, you got to give him props. You got to give.
Well, you do.
You got to give him props. It's not easy.
Do we see Cardi B performing in the halftime show now?
It's just time to talk about novelty props, fellas. We can pause into. We can. Okay, here. Let's do a little. Well, let's just pause and do a little novelty props. All right, Super Bowl's coming. All right, so Gatorade, what color? Winning coach. Orange is the favorite at plus 240.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with orange.
Nice.
What are the other options?
You got yellow, lime, green. That's all one. Blue, you got purple, you got red and pink, and water clear as the.
I think New England won last time with Picking orange though. I think.
Yeah, I think they had orange, but I think it's gonna be purple. I think purple. That's my vote there. That's my vote there. You guys want to go over under on the national anthem?
Who's even singing? I'm trying to.
Dude, I remember that last year.
When they
were like cheering it on.
When they hung out the note.
Yeah. Oh, she knew the assignment.
Yeah,
because she stopped and then she grabbed the note again.
Wasn't it Reba?
It was Reba.
Yeah.
She stopped and then she brought the note back.
A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids, who never stops.
Who the fuck is Charlie Puth?
Oh. Wait.
And Fred Beam.
Wait, but why is there? Oh, that's the length of the last brave note. That's another song that they play. Charlie Puth he's a singer.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. Could you imagine? John Batiste is who I have for the Star Spangled Banner. I got it over. Do we have it at? I'm going to take notes of my picks so I know what to do on Sunday, because that's when I should.
Who is Charlie Puth?
Charlie Puth's a fucking singer, man.
No shit.
What do you fucking want to know about him? I don't
Probably
fucking know.
country.
Hey, who's that Cowboys guy that sang the national
Chris
anthem?
Stapleton.
No, the Cowboys guy, the player. There was a player that just sang a national anthem. Was it where? There was a Cowboys player that sang a national anthem.
Maybe. Charlie Puth's a little poppy, I think.
We should get him to do it.
It's like
what's the over? Is it 122 and a half seconds again?
That is on the last brave note, yes. I think it's going to be under.
I think it's going to be under. Because I don't know who the fuck this is.
No, sorry. That's on the last note. So of 3.5 seconds. So let's fuck Charlie Puth, okay? Fuck the whatever he's doing.
He's a pop and R&B singer.
Let's focus on the national anthem. We got John Batiste singing the national anthem. We've got over 119.5 seconds.
Okay, why do I have Charlie Puth singing the national anthem?
He's singing the last brave note held.
I have him singing the national anthem before Super Bowl.
That could not be possibly true. Who is singing the national anthem at Super Bowl 60? Okay, then why the fuck does this have John Batiste? John Batiste, national.
Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
With Fred Beam.
Yeah, DeMarcus Ware sings national anthem at Hall of Fame game. You put him up there, that shit's going over because you know a Cowboys player is going to milk that.
Oh, yeah.
Settled from the first note played to the last note of the Star Spangled Banner U.S. national anthem sung by... This is fucking incorrect, FanDuel, you fucking idiots. Idiots.
Fuck it. I'm saying under.
Under, what are we going? Under the 119.5 seconds?
Wow, the one I was looking at was 122 and a half seconds. That's a 3.5 second spread. That's huge.
That is true. Are you going with mine?
I think I'm going under on mine. That gives me an extra 3.5 seconds.
Okay. All right. Where is my... This is terrible.
The coin toss is going heads.
Okay, so you're going under on the national?
Under 122 and a half because that's what I have it on mine.
Okay, under 122.5. And then you're going heads for the coin toss. Will we see Cardi B in a Stephon Diggs jersey?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Cardi B.
What?
Cardi B that's her baby daddy.
Yeah.
Well, what else are jerseys going to wear?
Like she might wear like something with this number in the name, but do you think it's actually going to be a jersey? Like maybe it's like a jacket. You think an actual jersey?
I think it's hot enough for a jersey in California right now. I think, yes, Cardi B Diggs jersey. Yep, I agree with that. Okay, let's get to the halftime show. All right.
Should we piss some people off?
Was he going to wear a dress?
Oh, fuck yeah, he's wearing a dress. He already said he's wearing a dress.
Hey.
It's either a dress or a fucking mini skirt.
Wear whatever you want to wear, brother. Wear whatever you want to wear. Guess. I know people are going to come out using Jay Belvin, Jennifer Lopez. And we were talking about this before we started recording here. I want you, the audience of the Super Bowl, to brace yourself. Because if this becomes reality, our podcast, we might have to quit our day jobs and we might have to do this full time because we might be speaking the truth into existence here. Now, a lot of people are going to say, how can we piss them off even more, Brandon? How can we make them even more mad? And we found an individual that will be perfect.
So who was the Super Bowl performer last year?
Kendrick Lamar.
And who did he diss?
He dissed Champagne Poppy, a.k.a. Drake, the pride of Canada.
And where is the Super Bowl being held this year?
In California.
He's bringing out fucking Drake.
He's going to bring out Drake.
He's going to bring out fucking Drake.
It's going to be...
He's already pissed off everyone. Everyone who wants to be pissed off, you can go watch that fucking Kid Rock and...
whatever's going on there.
Whoever else they just fucking announced. Go watch that. Because Bad Bunny's already pissing everyone off. How can I piss people off even more? I can bring out fucking Drake, a Canadian...
A Canadian who beefed the prodigal son of California last year, who now has not announced his world tour yet. It was supposed to be the Iceman. That has been taken away. Has collaborated with Bad Bunny before. Is possibly about to do the funniest thing ever. Go on this halftime show where no one is expecting him. Hippity hop on there. Announce a dual world tour with Bad Bunny and Drake. It could be perfect, fellas.
It can be more fucking perfect. How can you piss off more fucking people? That's how you piss people off. With all this shit going on between Canada and US, and you got all the people fucking pissed off that he's gonna wear a fucking dress, and that all the songs are Spanish.
You bring out
fucking Drake in California.
Listen to me, and
it's gonna fucking happen.
If you are a Drake hater,
get fucking ready.
Get ready, because it's gonna be OVO up in this gang. And best believe, if this becomes a reality, I will never shut up about the fact that who had it first. Nobody had it first. Nobody. This is gonna be viral. We're gonna put this out everywhere. Drake, Bad Bunny, Super Bowl, California.
Let's fucking go.
Let's do it. All right, fellas, back to the football. So. Quarterback redemption, that's something we should also talk about, the quarterbacks of the game. You got Drake Maye versus Sam Darnold. One side, you have Drake Maye, who's about to become the youngest quarterback to ever start a Super Bowl at just 23 years old. On the other side, you have Sam Darnold, a guy who essentially was left for dead by the Jets and the Panthers, found his footing as a backup in San Francisco, and now is the number 1 seed in Seattle. It's the ultimate face of the future versus the career resurrection. Now, Sam Darnold has yet to throw an interception this postseason. I know we were very hard on him. Throughout the year. Is he finally cured of those old Jets era mistakes, or is Mike Macdonald just the ultimate QB whisperer and he's doing some crazy stuff right now?
I think the biggest thing is he's not playing under
pressure.
I was going to say under pressure, but there's always pressure.
Yeah.
But it's a different pressure. He's not playing under the personal, I have to prove it pressure. He's obviously playing under the different pressure of just, it's the Super Bowl and you're playing for the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. That's pressure. But individually, he's not being asked to be the Superman. He's not being asked to be a hero. He's not being asked to do too much, because that's when you start making those mistakes.
He's being told to follow the game plan.
Follow the game plan. And they've made it the game plan for him. They've set him up to succeed.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, is they've set him up to succeed. And you see with his throws, he's playing with confidence. His confidence is an all-time high.
That throw that also helps too. Last game. Wow.
I think right off the bat. A lot of times when you're playing on bad teams as a quarterback, you're chasing the score.
Well, that's the other thing. Right? When you're playing with a lead, you're not making as many mistakes. It's a lot easier.
You're not forcing anything.
And that's what I mean.
You're just keeping it simple.
You're not under that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
Because you're not thinking ahead too much, right? You're only thinking like, okay, I got to go up until if I put up points here, great. If not, we're going to punt it away. My defense, we're already up 7. We're already up 10. We're already up 14, whatever. But when you're losing, it's, if I don't put up fucking points here and they go down there and they score, it's like what we watch this with not to make everything about
that's when he gets pressured, right? That's when he feels the pressure is, I got to score.
But you look at that with all quarterbacks. You look at that with Dak this year. Like Dak knew his defense wasn't going to be able to put up make a stop. So you could tell he was like, if we don't get these points here, we are screwed. And I think that's like, as a team, you feed off that energy. Like as the defense in Seattle, they set the tone. They're like, okay, everything stops and everything runs through us. We set the tone. We provide you the confidence, and then that way you don't really have to worry. And I think it's the same way in New England. It's very interesting. It's a battle of two really good defenses whose quarterbacks are set up because of that. Because I don't think Drake Maye is out there doing outlandish, crazy stuff. He's not being he's not a world beater. You know what I mean?
I think he has to be more of Superman though.
He does
to win the games, right?
He has to be more Superman than Sam Darnold. Yeah, he has to be. Now, Drake Maye has the chance to beat Big Ben's record as the youngest QB to hoist the Lombardi. Is he ready for this moment, or is that Patriots offensive line going to be his downfall against the Seattle pass rush?
I think it's going to be Seattle's pass rush. I think he's feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I think so. I think...
but, I mean, for them to win, he's going to have to ball out.
He's going to have to... Yeah, he's going to have to... They're going to have
He's going to have to make some plays you don't expect. Run the ball. Deep throws.
He's going to have to scramble. That's how he's going to have to get out to the edges.
And I think he has the ability to do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely the case. I think he's a mobile quarterback.
I think this game all comes down to turnovers.
Yeah.
Whatever quarterback makes the turnovers, you're going to put your team in a tough spot.
Yeah.
I'm hoping DeMarcus Lawrence just fucking runs a train on him.
Yeah, I hope he puts him in the ground. I hope it's just a beat down.
Yeah, actually, one thing, I mentioned it to you guys last time about the Patriots' schedule, too. And then Brandon's telling me about it. They've only played 3 teams in the regular season that have kept their head coaches, and only one of them has made the playoffs with the Panthers. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like maybe they had an easy schedule coming in.
Yeah.
And maybe they had an easy schedule in the playoffs.
Maybe that is, New England fans aren't going to enjoy hearing
they
that.
had a schedule, but they just played the 3 of the top 5 defenses.
That's true, but it's just funny. It's just funny seeing this because you look at it. So first game was against the Raiders, fired. Then the Dolphins, fired. Then the Steelers, parted ways. Then the Panthers, not fired. Bills, fired. Saints, not fired. Titans, Browns, Falcons, fired. Then you have the Bucks, the offensive coordinator and special teams coordinator fired. Then you played the Jets, both coordinators fired. Bengals, head coach should have been fired. Giants, Bills, Ravens, Jets.
And not making playoffs.
Again,
so now
Dolphins,
now was it an easy schedule or did they just fuck shit up?
Yeah, no, that's why. But it's just fucking funny. It's just seeing this every coach that they played or the coordinators from every team they played except for 3.
Maybe that's why Robert Kraft is what
fucking
would
fired.
Be.
A coach hates to see Mike Vrabel coming down the room. He hates to see Mike Vrabel coming down the field there. Speaking of people getting fired or sent away, the cast-off bowl in this game. Diggs versus Kupp. So both teams are fueled by star receivers who were told they weren't wanted elsewhere. I'm calling this the revenge of the veterans. Stephon Diggs was traded by the Bills and Texans. Cooper Kupp was essentially told that he should retire by the Rams. Now both are the primary targets in a Super Bowl. I mean, you can make the argument that JSN is the primary target in Seattle, but hey, Cooper Kupp has made some big plays this playoff run. Diggs has his 7th 1,000-yard season, and Kupp just helped eliminate his former team last week. Who has more to prove this Sunday? Diggs, who wants to show that he wasn't a problem in Buffalo, or Kupp, who wants to prove the Rams gave up on him way too early?
Diggs, he needs a Super Bowl. Kupp has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it should be Kupp, though, in this.
Diggs is the number 1 receiver in New England. Kupp is not the number 1 receiver in Seattle.
If Stephon Diggs goes out there and he wins, and you're a Buffalo Bills fan, this ought to be fucking just not good times right now.
Well, especially when what are the Bills missing?
What did they... But I don't understand what the logic and reasoning was at the time. I still do not understand how that made you better. It didn't. I will never... I don't understand how the Bills GM still has a job. Because that did not make you better. It didn't. Nothing about that trade, it didn't help you. It didn't make you better. It's just... I'm confused.
They both want to go out and prove it, but I think more is on Diggs because Kupp isn't the number 1. JSN is going to get his touches. Kenneth Walker is going to get obviously his touches. For the Patriots, if they're going to win, Stephon Diggs has to be the guy.
No, there's no other choice.
He does have to step up. Yeah.
You are either leading them to a victory or they don't win. You're essentially 1A.
That's what I mean.
And he's the veteran on that receiving core too.
Yeah.
But he's a dog.
Oh, he is a dog.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Like I have no if and or buts that Stephon Diggs will have a big game on Sunday. He's such a dog, and I would have loved to love Trayvon. He really forgot how to play football. But I think Stephon Diggs is a dog, and I think he's going to come out. He's going to have himself a time. He is going to have himself a time, and then he probably will go to Vegas where he will impregnate another set of people. That's the Stephon Diggs way.
He's got to deal with that court case after the Super Bowl.
Hey, no dealing with nothing. There's Stephon.
That's going to be after Vegas.
They'll delay it again.
Yeah. Stephon just living. Fellas, the Levi Stadium. So we got to talk about, fucking 49ers and their stupid electricity. No, we're not talking about the electric practice facility. Just some weird behind the scenes factors that are in play in Santa Clara. So this is a neutral site, but it's really anything but. The Seattle Seahawks are the visiting team, yet they're using the 49ers luxury home locker room because of the tunnel layout. Meanwhile, the Patriots have to commute 13 miles through Bay Area traffic while Seattle is practicing just a mile and a half away from their hotel. The Seahawks are 6-0 in their navy on navy jerseys this year, fellas. But that is the same jersey they wore when they lost to the Pats in the Super Bowl 49. Are we believers in jersey juju, or is that just noise?
They didn't lose the game because of the fucking jersey they were wearing. They lost the game because they didn't fucking run the ball.
Yeah. So we might have somebody that just has no idea what just happened in that Super Bowl. Brandon, please give a walk down. I don't have.
They were on the fucking goal line. You have Marshawn Lynch, and everyone knows you're going to run it.
They ran it to him previously.
Everyone knows you're going to run it, and you decide, everyone knows I'm going to run it. I'm going to fucking trick them. I'm going to throw a fucking quick slant in against Malcolm Butler, who was on your fucking team previously, as soon as he saw your formation, he knew he knew you weren't running the ball. And he fucking stepped up and jumped the route and got the interception.
And that is why they call him That was a.
I still don't get how they didn't run the ball with Marshawn Lynch.
You knew
beast mode.
That's the thing.
You can't tackle the guy.
You knew he was going to run. Everyone knew he was going to run. The play call was for him to run. And this is when you talk about coaches out-coaching themselves.
He did that, yeah.
He out-coached himself, said, they know I'm going to run it. They bet I'm going to run it, so I'm going to fucking trick him. Little did you forget, Malcolm Butler was on your fucking team, and he saw this formation and knew right away what you were running. He knew right away. And he jumped it and timed it fucking perfectly.
Beautiful.
Dumbest fucking play call in Super Bowl history.
Beautiful days.
It's fucking nuts that he almost got in running the previous play, too. He got 5-6 yards running it, and he almost got in. So I don't know how you don't give it to him again. It's nuts.
But again, that's coaching, out-coaching yourself, overthinking
That was
yourself.
honestly the downfall of Pete Carroll. I think that was after that, it just went downhill.
All right, fellas. It's time. Score prediction and MVP pick.
I'm going Seattle 24-16. The MVP's got to be Sam Darnold.
24-16 for Seattle. And Darnold MVP. Matthew?
I talked a lot of shit about Seattle last couple episodes, but I think they're going belt to ass. I got 38-17 Seattle. And I'm going to go a little dark horse here. I'm going to go Shaheed as my MVP.
That is very dark. It's almost as dark as Shaheed.
What's the odds on that?
That's very fucking good odds.
Nah, always on the odds, this one.
Rashid Shaheed for Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl.
Because I think he's gonna return a kick or a punt back.
Did you imagine if he fucking returned the opening kickoff?
Devin Hester style? I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe. Who knows?
Shaheed is... They've got him at very low. Plus 4,000. So it goes Sam Darnold, Drake Maye, JSN, Kenneth Walker, Ramondre Stevenson, Shaheed, and Diggs. And then Jason Myers.
They got Ramondre Stevenson over
Shaheed.
Shaheed and
I think
Diggs.
And they have Jason Myers ahead of Cooper Kupp and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Okay, that's
a good time. It's a good time. KK, what do you got?
Too many Seattle picks, so I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Patriots.
Jeez Louise.
Boo.
21-17. MVP Drake Maye. He's going to ball out.
Drake Maye. Okay. Oh, now.
Don't pick the Patriots.
What do I have to gain
Don't pick
here?
the Patriots.
You know he's not. You know he's picking just because of the fucking one player.
And you got you've got the New England Patriots there with their. I like what they've done there. I don't like the fact that they've won that many Super Bowls, and this is not a good sign for Jerry Jones and us because they're just going to be further away and catching him while he's alive.
The Patriots just have that variable instinct. They like to fight, grind it out.
That is true.
That's why you gotta.
That is true.
That's why you gotta pick them.
Yeah, but Mike Macdonald's from Boston. All right.
Seattle has JSN. Okay,
There you go.
Seattle has JSN. Seattle's got JSN, that's my dude. That's my dude. And I have my fantasy football team and, our league that we're all in together. He's my keeper for next year. Love that guy. But I want him to be hungry. And I think a Super Bowl loss does it. Give me New England 28-7.
28-7.
28-7.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Drake Maye, MVP.
28-7.
Yeah, man. I think they're
gonna have the.
Okay.
There'll be some turnovers from Darnold if that's 28.
Well, I think
now I really want them to the Shaheed opening fucking kickoff. Score 7 before the game even starts.
Because I think the thing is people really don't talk a lot about that pass rush from New England. When they throw those exotic blitzes, it looks almost like you don't know what's coming at you from which direction. And if there's a quarterback that can fall prey to that, it's Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yeah.
Yeah. And we got a buddy that we all know, Harry. I just want to give a special shout out to Harry, who will, I think, be in Vegas this weekend celebrating his Seahawks being in the Super Bowl. I would love nothing more than to ruin your trip and have the Seahawks lose. I would love nothing more. Yeah, how about you want to talk to me about the cowgirls? Oh, well, we're going to see how you cry in the arms of a stripper after your Seahawks let you down.
I'm sure he won't have any problem doing that.
You're going to pay premium price for that stripper, by the way, and you're going to cry in her lap, and she's going to tell you it's all going to be okay, but it's not. It's not going to be okay. Except for JSN. He's going to be all right. He's going to be absolutely fabulous. He's going to be on a fucking island. He's going to be beautiful. Now, if you are watching the game this weekend, remember, crack yourself one. And what are we cracking there, Brandon?
Miller Lite, baby.
It's Miller time.
The best beer. The only beer that you really need to drink in your life. You can go your whole life without drinking another beer, and it is fabulous. It's not just it's official beer of the Dallas Cowboys. It's official beer of the Red Zone Blitz. Shout out to our friends at Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Always a great time when you're drinking a Miller Lite. And remember, drink responsibly. Do not be that guy, okay? We had a lot of people concerned for Matthew's health after a gobble gobble episode, and they were actively saying, "Is he going to be alive?" And you know what? He is alive, and that's because he drinks Miller Lite. So if you are responsible like Matthew and you drink Miller Lights, you will be alive. If you drink other brands, I don't know. You might not make it out tomorrow. That's my message to you. All right, fellas, let's talk about the Seahawks for sale because apparently that's a thing. So. Breaking it down, I know a lot of people saw this coming out. They were very, very confused. So multiple sources initially reported by ESPN indicate that the Seattle Seahawks are expected to hit the market immediately following the Super Bowl, which is convenient.
What a smart decision that was.
While the Paul G. Allen estate has issued a formal denial stating the team is not for sale right now, they acknowledge that a sale is inevitable to fulfill Paul Allen's dying wish that his assets be liquidated for philanthropy. Imagine being his fucking grandkid right now. Dad, we own the Seahawks. No, son, your grandpa wanted to be a philanthropist. We're getting fucked. The timing and the money. So why now? A key hurdle was cleared in in May 2024 when a state law expired. Previously, selling the team would have required a 10% tax on the sale price to be paid back to the state of Washington due to the public stadium funding. That's now off the table. You're shit out of luck, people of Washington. The team you cheer for so greatly just fucked you. Every time you go through a pothole, you're like, why is that pothole fixed? You can thank the Seattle Seahawks. The franchise is currently valued at roughly $6.6 billion US, but with the Super Bowl tax, the value spiked from being in the title game. Experts believe the final price could shatter NFL records, landing between $7 billion and $8 billion. The estate is already in the final stages of selling the Portland Trailblazers, ever heard of them, to Tom Dundon, owner of the NHL's Hurricanes, for over $4 billion, signaling that the winding down of Paul Allen's sports empire is officially in high gear. Now, the news just broke out as the team was preparing to fly to Santa Clara. While Jody Allen is a quiet owner, she's deeply involved in major decisions. A change at the top could mean a shift in how the GM, John Schneider, and coach Mike Macdonald operate. Through the team insists they are focused solely on the Patriots. Question for you fellas. Every time a Seattle team goes on the block, Jeff Bezos is the first name mentioned. He's got a $250 billion net worth. Shout out Amazon and the obvious Seattle ties. But he's also moved his home base to Miami. I wonder why. Have you seen his new wife? Do we think the NFL wants the world's richest man owning a team, or does his Thursday night football deal with Amazon make that a conflict of interest nightmare?
I don't even think the conflict of interest is the nightmare. I think the nightmare is Jeff Bezos. He is so rich that Jeff Bezos is going to do what Jeff Bezos wants. Now, who in the NFL already does what he wants?
Jerry.
That's fucking Jerry Jones.
Jerry.
Do you want to know? Does the NFL want to deal with another Jerry Jones? Another guy who is going to do whatever he wants. What are you going to do? Sue me? Fuck, I'll settle out of court. I got the money. I'll just fucking buy your team too. I'll just buy the whole fucking league. How about I do that? He could.
He's a mammoth. Yeah, he's a mammoth. And I think that's
so. If you want Seattle, you don't want him to own you now.
Well, that's my thing. Is as an NFL owner, do you want another Jerry Jones type of player? Now, I'm not saying he's not going to be the all in, the owner, GM, everything. Like, he's not going to be that side of Jerry Jones. But on the business end, he's going to look at Jerry Jones' model and he's going to try and do the same shit with Seattle. And are you going to tell Jeff Bezos? No.
Well, Lumen Field is going to be renamed to Prime Field. Easy. Like, that'll be the first thing. Easy. That'll be the first thing that gets changed. But now, Jeff Bezos is not the guy. And now, hear me out here. There's another guy.
There's a few guys.
There's a few guys on my list. But the guy that I'm thinking of, he already owns a sports team.
Steve Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer. Yeah. Thank you for letting me build it up, KK. Thank you. Thank you for letting me go all the way up to L. And so my thought process here is Clippers. I know they just built a new stadium. I get it.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Steve Ballmer. Let's move the Clippers back to Seattle. Let's get him that team. Now he owns both of them. And let's build another fake 14 company so Kawhi Leonard can get paid under the table, and we're all happy. But I think Steve Ballmer is the right owner for the NFL. Yeah. I think he's passionate enough.
See, Seattle will love that, bringing back the Clippers.
Oh, of course. And
that
I think
lunatic running around with all the 12s, man.
And I think like you get the instant buy-in if he's like, and I don't know if he's going to do this. This would be like some crazy stuff that he'd have to do. But I know that, listen, before I get attacked by NBA fucking Twitter, I know they built a stadium. I get it, but fucking who cares?
Pretty fucking nice.
Say that too.
No, but like, there's stadiums in plenty of cities that they just leave. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm sure LA is fine. LA can take another expansion team there. Like I'm sure.
I mean, it is the Clippers. At the end of the day.
Nobody gives a fuck about your. Hold on. Are there Clippers?
Two LA teams.
Nobody gives a fuck about the Clippers.
Are there Clippers fans? And okay, if there are Los Angeles Clippers fans and there are Los Angeles Chargers fans that reside in Los Angeles, but get on our email, Red Zone Blitz Podcast. Send us an email. We'd love to have you on the podcast. I'd love to absolutely ask you where your fandom for these fucking, like, where did they begin? Nobody's a Clippers fan. I've never met a person that's like, I'm actively a Clippers fan. Not even in their heyday with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. No one's openly going, go Clippers, go. So I don't think they're going to be very much missed. Now, if you
They won't be missed.
Now you move them to Seattle, you call them the Supersonics again. Everything's fine and dandy, and you got Steve Ballmer running around on the sidelines. That'll be something. Now, having said that, all of this that is happening, is this a distraction or a motivator? I mean, the timing of this leak is wild. It's right before the Super Bowl. Does a locker room full of young guys care that much about the person signing their checks and how that might change in 6 months? Or does this put even more pressure on Mike Macdonald to win it now while the regime is in place?
Yeah, this is a distraction for the future, not for like the game. I don't think the players really care right now.
They're getting paid right now. Right?
But in the future,
I don't think they're too worried
and
right
like
now.
we'll go into it later with talking about Minnesota and the Vikings GM, but it's going to make a difference later on when that's whoever it is writing the checks. Like it's going to be like every decision goes to the owner, right? And yeah, you look at a guy like Jerry Jones. Now I'm bringing up the Cowboys, but it always goes back to that. Jerry Jones likes to put his hands on everything. This new owner, depending who it is, they might want to get their hands.
There's
in
another guy that could be buying the team too. Larry Ellison from Oracle.
Oh, yeah, the Oracle guy.
He tried to buy them before.
Yeah, there's a few guys.
There's
Like
a few guys.
even the guy from Utah. Like the thing is, the last thing you want is a guy that is going to be all up in their business. Because currently, how it works is they've kind of let John Schneider do his thing, and he's done a pretty good job.
He's doing a very good
great.
job.
And he's done a pretty good job in rebuilding them, retooling them. If they got an owner in there that's going to be hands-on and trying to change and figure out why they're charging this much for hot dogs, they got to tweak this, they got to do that, and all the other things, it could get to be a little bit of a problem. And I think the thing is they have to maintain. Seahawks are an interesting novelty. They don't just cater to the people in Washington. They also cater to the people in British Columbia. They have to make sure that their marketing efforts, not to go all nerd on it, but they have to make sure that their marketing efforts are consistent. You have to market to this major group of your fan base that buys tickets that's not in your country, that's in a completely different part of, like, it's not in their state, but a different country. So the Seahawks are unique in that sense. They've got a fan base that is international. How do you market that? Are you going to be an owner that's going to come in and understand that right away? Or are you going to solely focus on the people that live in Washington? So there's a lot to talk about. It's not, people think of it as, oh, it doesn't matter. It's going to be one billionaire to the next. But no, I think this could be a major thing. And I think they got to win this now. They got to win this Super Bowl because you never know when you're going to be back in it. You might never be in it again. Just speaking things into existence. So the record-breaking price tag, the final thing on this, the Commanders went for $6 billion. Experts say Seahawks could hit $8 billion. At what point do these prices become so astronomical that we stop getting football people as owners and it's only private equity groups? And is that a win or loss for the 12s in the long run?
Well, to go back to the last question and to answer this question, so again, the distraction's not for this game. Like Matthew said, it's for the future. Now, Jody Allen was a behind-the-scenes owner. She never made any public media addresses or statements, but she meets regularly with Macdonald and Schneider. She's attended the draft. She signs off on everything, so she is involved. Now, it all depends on what the next owner is going to come in. Is it going to be another behind that, like a hands-on or hands-off? Are you hiring someone that wants to be a Jerry Jones and involved in literally fucking everything? Or are you going to have, like most owners, where you just sit back, okay, I own, but I have my guys doing all the football shit for me. Let me handle the business end. So that's the motivator. But when it comes to the buying the teams now, because like coming up, like all these people have money. Money's not an issue. It's cash.
How much liquid assets?
The liquidity. Are you liquid?
Yeah, it's liquidity
so that's
on
why
it versus
it takes time and everything. But people that are billionaires don't have just $8 million in liquid cash. It's all tied up in assets or business and everything else. So when you start getting all these different private equity groups, what do private equity groups care about? Money. That is it. They do not give a shit about anything else. How much profit am I making? And that is a fucking terrible ownership. Especially when you have a fan base like the 12s in Seattle, you can't be an owner that turns away that fan base or sours on that fan base in any.
Not to cut you off, but there's a reason why we pitch two guys that are from the area. The thing about like Seattle in itself, and correct me if I'm wrong, Seahawks fans, but it's not like the rest of the U.S. Washington is not like the rest of the U.S. It's a different state. It's a different state, and it's having traveled there the most out of all the states, I feel like it almost isn't that much different from Canada. I don't go in there and
it's a sleeper state. Most of the U.S. probably forgets about Seattle.
Exactly.
Right?
Like
so
they're in
far
they're
west.
Pacific Northwest. They don't have much going on. It's a beautiful place. Like there's beautiful scenery, there's beautiful mountains and everything. But
There's no real NFL team that's like super close to them, right?
no, and they don't have real competitors out in Oregon and all that stuff. So a lot of people do forget about them. So it's not, you need a guy that's in that community that understands that, because you can't bring in guys that lived in New York their whole life and they don't understand the dynamic of like this market moves slower than everybody else. By the time they start to get on with their day, New York's already fucking halfway done their day. And a lot of people on the East Coast give people on the West Coast flack for that, being like, oh, the West Coast is so slow and they're not working as hard as us East Coasters. No, you dumb fucks. The sun just rises 3 hours earlier. It doesn't mean that the West Coast not working as hard. Look at Silicon Valley. Look at everything going on in California. You look at everything going on in Seattle in terms of all the big warehouses and everything else that's built, Boeing and all these other companies, all that jazz. It doesn't mean that, but I think people from New York or the East Coast, they don't understand the West Coast. Similar as people from the West Coast probably don't understand Boston. They probably don't understand going into New York, Pennsylvania. It's a different culture. So when you have an owner and you have an owner that spent billions into a team, you need a guy that understands the market, because he's going to want results for his billions. Like at the end of the day, these guys are business people. There's a reason why they're billionaires is they look for profits and they look for ways to, how can I make the most amount of money? So that is the era of Seattle Seahawks ownership. Now, fellas, we've talked a lot about coaching, and I'm going to do a hard segue to coaching here. We've talked a lot about it. We've talked about the cycle. We've talked about new coaches getting hired. Listen, you guys probably all know by now who's been hired. I'm not going to go into a breakdown for people that, these are the latest hirings. You can find that you're on your own now. But it was a wild NFL coaching cycle that just wrapped up. 10 head coaching jobs opened up this offseason that tied a league record. You talked about that New England run where the New England probably
got everybody.
Got everybody fired. But when the dust settled, something stood out for the wrong reasons. Not a single black head coach was hired. The only minority hire among the 10 was Robert Saleh, now leading the Titans. That leaves the NFL with just three black head coaches: Todd Bowles, D'Amico Ryans, and Aaron Glenn. That number is shocking when you consider this. It's barely better than when the league was before the Rooney Rule existed in 2002. And it gets worse when you zoom out. So in 2024, the league had a high point where they had 6 black head coaches and a record 9 coaches of color overall. Now, 2 seasons later, most of those coaches were fired and almost none were replaced by minority candidates. Meanwhile, black coaches are being hired, just not as head coaches. This cycle saw multiple black defensive coordinators hired and a couple offensive coordinators, including Eric Bieniemy back in Kansas City, Mike McDaniel, yes, he's half, moving OC with the Chargers after being fired in Miami. So the pipeline's definitely there. The experience is there. The resumes are there. But when it comes to the top job, teams went in a completely different direction. And I think that raises a tough question. Is the Rooney Rule actually working anymore, or have teams figured out how to technically follow it without meaningfully changing outcomes? Because when you have 10 openings and 0 black head coaches hires, it's hard to argue that the system is functioning the way it was intended.
Honestly, kind of hate the Rooney Rule for some reasons. Like there's certain times, like, okay, when the Cowboys hired Jason Garrett, everybody knew Jason Garrett was getting that job. Everybody knew that, like, you could have had the best interview of your fucking life and you knew you weren't getting that job. So I can't remember off the top of my head the coaches that they brought in, but they brought in a couple black coaches just because I have to interview you for the Rooney Rule. Look at this year with New England. You knew they were hiring Mike fucking Vrabel, but they had to get someone to come in just to have an interview. So
that's a slap to the face.
That's what I mean. But the black guys take it because they know they're not getting the job, but it's an interview.
It's a way to get your foot in the door.
It's the way to get, but it's practice for your next interview when you think you actually have a chance. Now, when you look at the 10 positions, now there's certain coaches, like, you knew Harbaugh was getting a job. You knew Stefanski was getting a job. But like Vance Joseph, Brian Flores, you're telling me neither of them
even like I understand the hate Raheem Morris gets, but even Raheem Morris not being scheduled, like really, Mike McCarthy, Clint Kubiak, and Mike LaFleur, like they all got jobs. Like I don't know, like Mike LaFleur,
Clint Kubiak makes sense.
Sorry, Clint Kubiak makes sense, but Mike LaFleur,
You like again, like couple of these,
And Mike McCarty.
you know, Joe Brady getting elevated makes sense. So there's a couple. So there's 5. Say if you take Joe Brady, Clint Kubiak, Harbaugh, Stefanski, and Saleh. Now that's where it's like, yeah, Saleh's the only minority and he deserved a fucking job. He
100%.
never should have been fired from the Jets.
the Jets firing him.
That was dumb. That was a huge
That
mistake.
set them back like at least 5-6 years. But at the same time, I look at this and I'm like, is the Rooney Rule even help? Like, is it like, what's the issue here in your opinion? Like, why are black coaches getting to DC? Why are they getting to OC? Defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. Why are they getting to those positions, but then they're unable to go to the head coach promotion? Like, why?
Majority owners are white.
And they're old.
Right?
They're
Old white.
Yeah.
You want to
white
hire
men that just want to hire.
They just want to hire their own.
Yeah.
And I think for a long time, like, and to their, I don't know, people always said this, and I always found this weird, was like the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys could never be black. And I'm very happy he is. Because I know there's some fan bases out there, like, I'll say it, Indianapolis. I think we all know a guy who's openly been on record saying they can't have a black quarterback succeed in Indianapolis. And I think that's the dumbest fucking thing in 2026 to be fucking saying.
The old school mentalities.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's like
the
okay,
Doug Williams.
the black guys play running back, the white guys play quarterback. And are you telling me you don't want Christian McCaffrey? Like, let's be real here. And I think the thing is that like a lot of it is when you're, and I'm not black, so I'm not going to speak for black people here, but I am a visible minority. And I think KK, you're a visible minority as well. Is that, you know what? Like when you are in those positions, the last thing visible minorities or black people want are DEI positions. And I really am going to say something controversial, and this might, you know what, people might feel this way. I don't really care. We don't want DEI positions. We don't want DEI hires. That's shit white people made up to like add a quota to hire other people that like is like, okay, we're going to hire this person because they fall in this bucket. No, hire the best person available. If the best person available is black, hire the black guy. If the best person available is white, hire the white guy. If it's Chinese guy, whatever. But my point is with these head coaching hires is I look like a team at Pittsburgh. The best person for the job is not Mike McCarthy. That was the most comfortable person for the job. That was the guy that checked the most box. And listen, I'm not throwing shade at Pittsburgh. They had Mike Tomlin for how many years? He's a black head coach. But I'm just saying when it comes to these positions and when it comes to hiring people, white people think that we need to have this Rooney Rule. We need to have DEI hires. We need to have specific set positions like set out for these people because they need representation in the workforce. No, I promise you, you hire the best person, there will be representation. Just hire the best candidate. That's all people want. So I don't know if the Rooney Rule is working. I kind of went on a little bit of a rant on the Rooney Rule, but I don't know that it's working. It's not working. They need to get rid of it because I think it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time for every candidate that has to go out there and interview that knows they're not going to get this job. And it's like owners, if they don't want to hire you, they don't want to hire you. Let them go and hire their guy. Why are you wasting everybody's time? That's my thought process on it. Anything else to add, fellas?
Well, didn't they add like you get draft picks too if you hired?
Yeah, why are we incentivizing this? Like I don't understand. I don't
agree with that at all
I
either.
don't understand. There's this desire to be like woke and accepting, and I get that. You should be accepting of everybody, regardless of their gender, skin color, whatever beliefs they have. Be accepting. Love is everyone, whatever they have on the back of the helmets these days. Like, cool. I get it. Do it. But at the same time, you got to be respectful of it. You can't be like, I'm accepting, but like, I got like a prize if I hired a black guy. Like it can't be like you can't have.
I kind of look at it a different way too. Like white guys coach, black players play.
Oh dear. Oh geez.
Right?
I mean, I guess
majority of them. I think majority of them are gonna down the road will be head coaches.
I think you're
Right?
going to see a lot.
I think you're going to see a
D'Amico
surge
Ryan,
coming
Aaron
in.
Glenn.
Well,
They're still
you see a different, like, there's a new era of intelligence and like new era of like well-spoken like coaches that are coming into the game that are young. You're seeing a young drive, regardless of like ethnicity. You're seeing a young, like, when was the last time you heard in the NFL or any other league 34-year-olds getting a coaching gig? Rare, man. 34 years old. You're coaching a team full of guys that some of them are even older than you.
You got a coach like Maye, right? Former player, coach. They're going to be coming,
and like
players are going to start becoming head coaches.
And like it's my own little drinking game on the podcast every time I mention the Cowboys. But Christian Parker, DC for the Cowboys, is going to be a future head coach.
Absolutely.
Write it down here first. He's going to be one of the most premier head coaches in the league.
Hopefully not too soon.
No, I want him to just never leave. Fellas, we got to keep it moving here. Okay, so this is a big one. I'm going to do a little bit of talking here. Get your beverages, get your drinks in here. I'm going to be talking for a little bit here about so Justin Jefferson got interviewed and they asked him at the Pro Bowl, which is the Pro Bowl. They need to fix that.
Or just end it.
Like,
just end it.
But like, why not send it to like Hawaii or something? Or like
They used to.
They did.
It used to be in Hawaii.
And I don't understand why they got rid of that. Like they gotta send that thing to somewhere where it's like, okay, the players enjoy being there, their families enjoy being there. Like they gotta make it a thing. So Justin Jefferson at the Pro Bowl was recently asked if he thinks that the Vikings could have been in the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, and he said yes.
Yep,
I
agree.
He said yes, and that came after the news on Friday. Vikings GM, I'm going to butcher his name, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, I think that was pretty correct, was fired on Friday, January 30th, 2026. The move came as a total shock to the league because Kwesi was in Mobile, Alabama for the Senior Bowl when it happened. He had to fly back to Minnesota just to be told his tenure was over. Now, why now? So ownership, the Wilfs, had a bitter realization while watching the NFC Championship game. Kwesi let Sam Darnold walk after a 14-3 season in 2024 to commit to J.J. McCarthy. The result, while McCarthy struggled with injuries and readiness in a playoffs-less 2025 season, Darnold led the Seahawks to a Super Bowl berth. The Rodgers miss. So, there's multiple reports that have come out that Aaron Rodgers actually reached out to the Vikings last spring wanting to join on a below-market deal, but the front office passed. Beyond the win and loss record, there was a major disconnect between Kwesi's Wall Street background and the football people in the building. Only 4 of his 28 draft picks are considered surefire starters. Most notably, he traded with the Lions to pick Louis Cine while passing on All-Pro Kyle Hamilton. The other thing is paternity leave drama. So in a league that proudly misses the birth of children, as you heard from Joe Brady this week when he talked about how he had to miss the birth of his child because the Bills were playing, Kwesi took 2 weeks off during training camp for the birth of his child. While the team supported it publicly, it reportedly created a disbelief and tension within the coaching staff. And finally, the meddling. The coaching staff, Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores, eventually took over much of the scouting because they didn't trust the front office's, quote, Excel spreadsheet approach. Now, the first question I think I have for you guys is, if Sam Darnold doesn't make the Super Bowl with Seattle, is Kwesi Adofo-Mensah still the GM of the Vikings today? It feels like you're seeing your ex succeed on the biggest stage was probably the final straw for the ownership group there.
Yeah.
And is it fair to fire a GM because a player he let go had a career year elsewhere?
Yeah. It is. How do you not sign a quarterback that's 14-4 for your team?
But a lot of people forget it's not just Darnold. He also let Daniel Jones go. Like,
to me, he's a guy that I guess used to be the president or vice president of teams. So he's a guy that worked down to GM. He's not a guy that came up from the scouting or the coordinators coming up.
He's not a football guy. So he came through like
Cleveland.
He's a books guy.
He came through analytics.
He came through analytics, but before that he was on Wall Street. So he was on Wall Street and he made a bunch of companies a bunch of money because his AI models or analytic models predicted the right thing was going to happen. So he was, you know how we're talking about telling if Drake's going to be the surprise guest at the Super Bowl? He predicted that this is going to happen. And it did happen. And a lot of people were happy. He brought that model to the Cleveland Browns. How do you hire somebody that was in charge of predicting the Cleveland Browns' future?
Right.
Where was the promotion? I'm
just
sorry.
A bad hire to begin with.
Like, it's not all on him, but like, what was the ownership group that, okay, the Cleveland Browns, a beacon of success and prosperity in the world of football. Let's hire that guy.
So when you talk about his draft, so in his 4 years, he didn't draft a single Pro Bowler.
No.
And then drafting JJ McCarthy is ultimately the downfall, because that's why you didn't re-sign Sam Darnold, because you wanted to go all in on JJ McCarthy. That's why you said no to Aaron Rodgers, because if we said no to Sam Darnold, we're saying no to Aaron Rodgers too, because we've got JJ McCarthy. Now, the paternity leave, I don't think us as Canadians can really touch on this topic, because we get paternity leave here, whereas in the States, paternity leave doesn't exist. So especially when you look at certain businesses like professional sports, you hear it all the time. Or if you're lucky, you get the 1 day off, and then you're back to work. This guy took 2 fucking weeks.
Brandon, let me tell you, like, respectfully, I don't have any kids yet. The day I do have kids, I ain't taking no paternity leave. I'll take a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3. Let's say we're having a bad fucking time, but I'm only taking 2 weeks off. I'm getting back to work.
Yeah, but your wife gets leave. But I'm just saying, like, we up here have the option,
but
they don't.
No.
So what I'm saying,
they have maternity leave in the States.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No,
if they have benefits, they have maternity leave. 8 months. I checked. Maternity leave, they have it. He took paternity leave as in, I need to go as the dad, because he was the only one working. This guy's making fucking millions of dollars. His wife doesn't need to fucking take maternity leave. His net worth is like $18 million.
If he was doing his job right, he probably could have taken 2 weeks off.
But like the thing
he wasn't.
But it's time and place, Brandon. It's training camp.
Well, that's what I mean. When that's what I was
plan
going into.
Your fucking kids.
You plan your fucking. You think I plan to have my kid on New Year's Day?
You're not the GM of the fucking Minnesota Vikings.
But this hire to begin with never made sense, because he's an analytics guy, and I've been saying this analytics has been ruining fucking sports.
Yeah, here we go.
This is like if you've ever worked on a fucking trade and the suits come. You're out there working your fucking ass off. You know what you're fucking doing. You've been doing your fucking job forever. And some fucking suit with steel-toe boots without a single fucking scuff on it. The brand new dark blue jeans that have never been fucking worn or washed. They got that nice white collared shirt, a vest with no fucking dirt on it, a polished white hard hat. And they come up to you. My book says you're not doing your fucking job right. Okay, so here's the tools. You show me how to do your job. Well, I don't know how to do your job. I just have the book that says you're not doing it fucking right. That's what fucking this guy was. He's an analytics guy that says, my book says that you should be doing this. Okay, so do it. And he did, and he fucking failed.
And no wonder he wasn't getting along with the rest of his staff.
There's gonna be a lot of reports, and they already have started. Like, Kevin O'Connell was behind the JJ McCarthy pick. That killed him. That pick, it was over for the Minnesota Vikings the moment that pick was made, because the Rams they gave him a package. The Rams baited them. The Rams basically were like, Sean McVay cooked his ass. Sean McVay and the Rams company basically went in and they were like, we really love JJ. We'd really love to take JJ. We really are interested in finding the successor to Matthew Stafford. We think we're going to take JJ. Are you interested in trading your pick? And these fuckers fell for the bait. They fell for the bait so fucking hard. They're like, oh my God, the Rams want JJ McCarthy. He must be really good, eh? Sean McVay says he's the successor to Matthew Stafford. Sean McVay knows football. They fucking ran to take him. The entire time, Sean McVay didn't even want JJ McCarthy.
That just means the Vikings didn't do their homework.
No,
right?
Sean McVay wanted Brock Bowers. He wanted to trade up and take Brock Bowers with the 10th overall pick. And the Raiders ended up taking him at 13. Now, where I think the things have all fallen apart is also, it's not just Sam Darnold's success. That's not just enough. It's the guy, Bo Nix, at number 12, that Denver took. He's having success. albeit it's not much, it's not Super Bowl level like Sam Darnold, but he still has.
Could have been.
He's still having.
Could have been.
He could have been there. He could have been in the game. But I think they really punted on that draft. Minnesota also drafted 17th overall Dallas Turner, which okay, but you could have picked Jared Verse, who went 2 picks later. You could have picked Quinion Mitchell. You could have picked. I know this is all hearsay, but you could have picked Byron Murphy. So it's bad drafting followed by, I think it's like a little egotistic. And I think, Brandon, you kind of hit the nail on the head there.
They're making the Cleveland Browns look good right now.
Yeah, and I think the problem is that like when you have a guy like Justin Jefferson, you can't really afford to make these mistakes. These are not mistakes you can really be like, okay, like you're allowed to have an off year. You're not allowed to have an off year.
You only have prime for so long.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like when's Justin Jefferson a free agent now? Because he's going to be walking
like next year, honestly.
He's going to be walking.
That is a good question. Now, let's start the Justin Jefferson rumors.
That's crazy. How can you put so much faith in JJ
There's
McCarthy?
already rumors that he's going to the Bills.
How can you put so much faith in JJ McCarthy when he's coming off an injury like he did?
Well, that's
he can't play in his rookie year.
But like, how
that's the thing, and that was when he drafted JJ McCarthy. When you said no to, when you lost Daniel Jones, you said no to Sam Darnold, you said no to Aaron Rodgers. That was the hill he had to die on, and which clearly he did die on.
No, JJ McCarthy, Justin Jefferson is still signed for a couple more years. He's not going anywhere until 2029.
He might ask for a trade.
No, he might be.
He could ask for a trade. It does make sense for them to trade him not next year, the year after. They could save money, but yeah, he could ask for a trade at any time. But okay, so I wasn't watching major college football at the time when Michigan won the national championship. Even I knew that JJ McCarthy was a system quarterback.
Yeah.
It was not that he was outlandishly like Fernando Mendoza just outperforming, doing his whole thing. It was a system quarterback. He was surrounded by all pros and great players at the college level, and he succeeded.
And look who his coach was.
And Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
If the Vikings were smart though right now, they don't have a lot of cap space. Maybe you trade Justin Jefferson for a package and rebuild.
No. I think what they should do is they should honestly get another QB option.
So that's probably what my next question goes to is like reports obviously said Aaron Rodgers called the Vikings and he wanted to play there on a cheap deal. And Kwesi said no. In a division with Jordan Love and Jared Goff, how do you pass on a Hall of Famer who wants to play for you for pennies? Is that a smart process or smartest guy in the room syndrome that you talked about?
Let him sit and learn from Rodgers.
Yeah,
that's what they should have done.
They should have done it. Well, because you made the trade to get Daniel Jones. Like, if you lost Sam Darnold, how do you not? Like, that should have been your backup plan, and then your backup plan left, and then you get presented an option C, and you fucked that up too.
Because you said along JJ was your starter, so you can't bring in Aaron Rodgers then.
Right? You know what also pissed me off about Minnesota's situation is the fact that they are not looking to replace him until after the draft and after free agency, which is like,
how you're waiting to see who gets cut at camp?
Wait, sorry, are we talking about this year? They're not
this year. The article that we were diving into a little bit was saying that they're not going to look into replacing him, the GM.
Oh, sorry, yes,
after
yes.
the draft,
the GM
after free agency.
I thought you were talking about JJ McCarthy. I'm like, wait, I was like,
no.
I was like, JJ, well, what's going on with JJ? Rob Brzezinski, and that goes into it's a great segue. Rob Brzezinski is taking over the draft. Is this the Vikings admitting their entire 2022 to 2025 plan was a failure, or are they just clearing the deck to give it all to Kevin O'Connell?
I think they're admitting it's a failure. I think they're admitting that he didn't do the fucking job that they brought him into, and they're trying to right the ship before
the draft's coming up, so they need to bring in someone that's going to fix.
But they're not going to. They're gonna let this guy take over, and they're gonna hire somebody after. So what if they hire some guy after, and then he comes in and is like, "Fuck, I don't like this draft."
But I think they're already doing it. They were already there. Why don't they just promote Flores or Kevin O'Connell? They're already doing the job.
Promote Kevin O'Connell and Flores, like make Flores.
Well, what I would do is I would make Kevin O'Connell the president and general manager, and then make Flores the head coach. And
that would be the smart move.
And I think
that's going to cause problems because I think Kevin O'Connell's going to want to put his hands in all the coaching business.
Yeah,
and then Flores is going to be like, "What the fuck, man?"
But also, it makes sense if you don't want to, because if you have Justin Jefferson, right, and you don't want to bring in someone who, because if you bring in a new GM, he's going to tear shit down. He's going to get rid of fucking everyone and start a rebuild. They want to try and right the ship. So that actually does make sense of not hiring him right away, because you're giving Kevin O'Connell and then more say to try and say, okay, we know this team, we know the pieces, we know where the downfall is. Now we're stuck with JJ McCarthy, but how do we build around? How do we make him succeed? Because you're stuck with him.
But if you don't have a lot of cap space, that's hard to do.
You get creative. Right? You restructure guys' contracts. There's always ways to get creative. You look at like, what is it? The March dates, the post June 1 dates. There's always ways to move money around. That's not the issue.
Oh yeah, you can.
But I think they are making the right decision to not bring in a guy, because they bring in a guy, all of a sudden Ken O'Connell and them decide on, we want these guys. You bring in a GM and says, no, our team's going to go in this direction. We want to drive. You don't want guys butting heads right now, because they're trying to right the ship. Because 2 years ago under Sam Darnold, you can't say that was entirely Sam Darnold, or do you?
So the obvious question is, they need a quarterback that can play. I don't know if JJ McCarthy can play or not. Nothing I've seen.
Too much pressure on him already.
But nothing out of him that I've seen that I'm excited about. But okay, let's just say
1 quarter of the entire season he looked good,
and that was against Dallas.
And that was it.
And
second half.
And I think okay, so he's in there. Whatever, we got him. Are they what's in a division with the Lions, the Packers, and now the Bears? What else? You had a great defense. Your defense caused turnovers. What else are you missing? What's the plan? I think you've gone as far as you can with this roster.
Yeah.
I don't think I hate to be the guy haunting Vikings fans' dreams, but I think in
the big picture they should look at a quick rebuild.
Let's trade Jordan Addison. Let's trade Justin Jefferson. If JJ McCarthy,
but that's what they're trying not to do. So I think that's why they made this decision now. How do we fucking
ownership would?
You have 1 or 2 years to try and right this ship before it is.
Brandon, you got a jersey salesman in Justin Jefferson. You got the jersey, and he's such a good guy. Jordan Addison's the fucking head case. He's the fucking idiot. I bet they wish they didn't draft Jordan Addison, but Justin Jefferson's a great guy off the field too. You don't want to trade him. I understand that, but right now, you could hit on the draft. You could go fucking bonkers on the draft. You still probably will not make the playoffs.
No, but you don't want to admit that in this year. This year, you want to try and right the ship.
But my question
obviously
is, but which perspective are you talking from? Are you talking from a Vikings fan's perspective or as ownership?
Both.
Because as a Vikings fan, if I'm a smart football fan, I look at the fucking writing on the wall.
Minnesota.
Okay, they're not the smartest of football fans. Sorry, I forgot where
tortured fan.
I forgot where they're.
City for sports.
No, but I think about it. But if you're looking at it right now, there's no ceiling. Even if you hit everything, Detroit's looking down at you, thumping their chest. You got the Packers thumping their chest. You got the Bears.
Do you see the Vikings beating the Lions, the Bears, the Packers?
If they kept their GM, obviously fucking no. But without the GM, they have a better chance than if they didn't fire him.
But what are these guys going to do?
But you're not going to admit that. Are you going to come out right now as
no?
As a Vikings owner, as a coach, as right now, are you going to come out and say, "Fuck it, we're going to tear it all apart and go through a rebuild"?
No,
you're not going to say that yet.
I'm not saying
if this year sucks, then you're going to have to.
But what are you if you were in charge right now?
I'm trying to figure out how to fucking win a fucking game.
But is that the goal? Obviously, but is that the goal, or do you look at the divisional landscape that you're in right now, and it is a rebuild?
They're trying to avoid that right now. If this year goes down as a failed season, then you have to. But they're trying to fucking save their asses right now and figure out how the fuck do we win a game? How do we get ahead of the Lions? How do we get ahead of?
But can you? I'm asking you. Who cares about the Vikings?
They're looking for a quick fix.
So exactly.
I'm asking
you can't admit defeat right now.
Yeah.
Where the Vikings are right now, in terms of where they're picking in the draft, they are picking 18th. I don't know how they picked that high. They're picking 18th. They've got one pick in the first round. Is one player going to take them over the edge against their division?
No.
So what?
But are you going to admit that this year?
It's not about admitting it.
Yes, it is.
No, because
you're either tearing it apart or you're trying to fix it.
So what's the answer?
I don't fucking have
I
that.
think
Clearly the fucking GM didn't have the answer either.
I think the Vikings are just still trying to figure that part out.
No, but I'm asking
do we
you
go this
as
way
a
or that
person
way?
that is. I'm asking you. As
Okay,
a
then
person,
fuck it. Fire everyone and fucking trade everyone and fucking go into a rebuild if you're going to go into a rebuild.
But is that what you think is the like? If you were the GM right now, they gave you the keys. They're like do whatever the fuck you want.
That's why they're not hiring a GM
I
right
would-
now.
I would do a
because I'm
rebuild.
going in and I'm saying, fuck it. We're trading everyone
There
and
we
starting
go.
over.
We
I would do the rebuild.
Now we finally got to the point.
Which is why they're not hiring a GM till after they do this.
But even if they hire, like, let's say they hired what possibly could they add in free agency that would make them better?
I don't fucking know, but
They don't have very much cap space.
They don't have cap space.
You draft a QB then, because you're gonna need that competition.
But is a rookie quarterback going to
not in
make them
this
better?
class. Not in this class.
Like them
you
drafting.
might have to try though.
Are you going to take Ty Simpson at 18 then?
No, but it's like
Do you trust Ty Simpson to be better than JJ McCarthy?
Then what happens to JJ McCarthy? He's down the
Yeah,
hole.
honestly, Ty Simpson might be better than JJ McCarthy.
I don't know.
That's debatable.
You gotta put up the competition.
Yeah, but
Imagine if they re-signed Sam Darnold and he was still there and JJ's the backup.
Let's not live in the past.
Okay.
Minnesota
But
Vikings fans
they
don't
would
wanna
still
hear
be in
this.
the right spot.
Like Nussmeier? Do you trust Nussmeier over JJ? I don't know. I don't think so.
It's worth maybe seeing. Like if it's a later QB pick, I think Kevin O'Connell said he might want to see the JJ McCarthy challenged.
Yeah,
They're
and
going to
and-
put him in
has to be.
camp.
and I think
And
they're
they're gonna
going
be
to
like,
He
Yeah.
hasn't been right.
And
He
I
hasn't
think
been
they're going to
challenged.
get
He hasn't
either
been
Aaron
challenged. He's been
Rodgers.
gifted the job.
Well, I think they're either going to get Aaron Rodgers a year too late, or they're going to get what's the guy in Green
I
Bay?
don't see Aaron Rodgers going back
Who's the
to him
guy in
now.
Green Bay? The backup.
Malik Willis.
Malik
Malik
Willis.
Willis.
Yeah, like they're going to sign Kyler Murray. I don't know. Kyler Murray might be able to work there.
He might be, yeah.
That
Better than
You give him a
fucking
shot.
JJ McCarthy.
if they cut him loose, he might work there. Kirk Cousins, maybe
Back to Minnesota.
Come back? No.
come back.
Not a chance.
That's like a good feel good story, but like I don't know if that's better. Maybe he mentors him. I really don't know. But my thing is that like you can't keep like you got to eventually realize the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall for the Vikings. Nothing they do this offseason, and this will probably be outside of a Justin Jefferson trade, or unless they do something crazy, the only time we're talking about them, because I really don't think anything they do from now until October, September, November, December is going to be relevant, because you're in one of the strongest divisions in football.
The haul they would get for Justin Jefferson would
set them up.
Would set them up.
They would set them up to find the next guy. They would be able to get back in the arch like next
Not
year.
even one guy. They would have like multiple solid draft picks.
You send him down to Buffalo, you can get multiple firsts, multiple seconds. You'll be fine. You send him.
And you get Keon Coleman come back probably.
Well, joyous Keon Coleman.
At least you get a receiver back.
Joyous times. That was a very good discussion on the Minnesota Vikings. I did not think we would talk.
At least it's them and not like the Cleveland Browns or the Colts.
Hey, the Browns have a Pro Bowler.
Or even the Cowboys.
Hey, fuck off. The hoodie snub. In a move that shocked the NFL world, Bill Belichick fell short of the 80% required for the first ballot induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He reportedly received 39 votes. 1 vote prevented him from going forward. Gregorian from the Kansas City Star went public to explain his no vote. His argument wasn't about cheating. It was about procedural math. Voters were presented with 5 names in the senior coach contributor category, but could only vote for 3. Gregorian chose to vote for 3 senior players, Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, and Elsie Greenwood, because they have been waiting for decades. He feared that if they didn't get in now, they would be lost to the senior abyss forever. He is thinking they would be dead. He viewed Belichick as a sure thing who could wait a year, whereas the senior players might not get another chance. Mike Chappell was the second to go public. He voted for Robert Kraft instead of Bill Belichick. Unlike Gregorian, he admitted that Spygate factored into his decision, stating that there's no erasing the stain of Spygate from his bio, and suggested Belichick serve a year of penance. One voter said he left off Belichick, for Spygate. Is this a Hall of Fame museum of what actually happened on the field, or a Hall of Morality? If 6 rings don't get you in on day one, fellas, are we basically saying the voters are more important than the resume?
I've said it numerous times. I hate shit like this with the voting and when they keep.
Yeah.
It's vendettas. It's bias against certain teams because Say if the other two guys are probably fucking guys from New York or guys that you beat.
How do you not how do you vote for Robert Kraft? And you say
with all the controversy that he's had too.
No, but okay,
he was there with Spygate.
Yeah,
that's my point.
So it's Tom Brady. Did you leave Tom Brady out now?
So like, what are we not voting for Tom Brady? But it's also like, you think the Bill Belichick did Spygate and Robert Kraft had no idea? Yeah. You think Robert Kraft had no idea that this was happening on his practice fields, on his facility, on his fuck off. Fuck you. Like, what a dumb fuck. And I hate that I have to side with Bill Belichick. I don't like Bill Belichick, but the man won 6 rings. I don't give a fuck if he did Spygate, Flygate, Deflategate.
Did he have 8 rings altogether?
He actually had 8.
He had 8, yeah, but he won 6 with New England. Like, God, like, fuck off. And I think, like, it's just this whole, like...
It's flawed, though.
It was the one year where we all collectively shit on Bill Belichick. It was fucking perfect. He was fucking shit in North Carolina. I loved it.
We all loved it. We all loved it.
It was funny.
Anyone that hated him just hated his success.
And
you
now
had your heyday with how fucking bad it was at North Carolina. Easy for me to fucking hate him going to North Carolina. Like,
is he even coaching right now with who has this on his arm?
Well, now it's like, now after that, now we're all back to, oh, poor Bill. Oh, they done him wrong. Belichick reportedly missed by a single vote. If you're a football fan, does this make you lose respect? Like, I know you talked about this. Or do you think the hoodie deserved to be humbled for a year?
No, absolutely. I lost respect.
But it's stupid. It's flawed because if you look at it, okay, they're only allowed 3 senior players. Like, why don't we just have a category for coaches and like ambassadors of the game?
Or you make an exemption. You make an exemption. Say you don't even need to vote for Bill because he's an automatic. It's automatic. Like, we know this guy we're putting him in.
That's what I mean. Like, you're going to have guys like this. Like, that one voter basically was saying, okay, I feel like Roger Craig and LC Greenwood or whatever, they're going to miss out. Like, yeah, you're going to have a new group of players, though.
Or why not just come on and say, when Tom Brady's eligible, we're going to bring all 3 of them together. Kraft, Belichick, Brady. All at the same time.
Yeah, but you got to have separate categories for that: coach, ambassador, player. You don't need to have 3.
You can always make
players.
exceptions,
of course.
I think Goodell's probably gonna make the exception here. He's probably gonna pull an audible here. They're gonna get Bill.
Well, Goodell's trying to stay away from it because he was asked a question at the media day about it, and he was like, "Whoa, the NFL." Because the one guy asked a question, he's like, "Why did the NFL?" Do this with the voters and all this, and why did the voters pick this? And he was like, whoa, the NFL doesn't pick these guys, has any say in this. It's all the committee.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to stay away from it. But again, as the NFL, you're the biggest sports organization right now. It's kind of hard to do that.
It'd be interesting to see if Bill Belichick shows up next year now.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either.
I don't think he really gives a fuck about no gold jacket, really. Like, I think he gives a fuck about the more, like, the fact that his ego was hit by this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's coming. And so good luck to anybody that wants to invite him out, because Big Bill probably won't be coming there. The NFL has a series of problems, though, fellas. And this one is, I know we don't really talk political, and I don't know if this is political or is this NFL news, but Steve Tisch has been in the news, if that's how you say his name. Friday, January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice released over 3 million documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Among these files were emails from 2013, 5 years after Epstein's first conviction, linking him to Giants co-owner Steve Tisch. The email depict a disturbing scouting dynamic. Tisch and Epstein exchanged messages where women were discussed in crude, objectifying terms. The language. Tisch reportedly using phrases like asking if a woman was a working girl, or a pro or civilian, or a present. In one exchange, Tisch asked, "Is my present in New York?" and followed up with, "Can I get my surprise to take me to lunch tomorrow?" While there's currently no evidence connecting Tisch to underage girls, the staggering lack of judgment coming from Tisch associating with a known sex offender to facilitate these messages has caused a bit of a storm. Tisch released a statement admitting to a brief association, but claimed they mostly discussed movies, philanthropy, there's that lovely word again, and investments. He denied ever visiting Epstein's Island and expressed regret. This comes at a sensitive time for the Giants co-owner John Mara, who is currently battling cancer, and the team just made a massive splash by hiring John Harbaugh to save the franchise. Now, the NFL personal conduct policy explicitly states that owners are held to a higher standard than players. We've seen DK Metcalf get fined $500,000 for a sideline confrontation. Matthew knows well about that. And Deshaun Watson served a massive suspension. If the league doesn't suspend or heavily fine Steve Tisch for this, does the higher standard rule actually exist, or is that just PR for the owners?
They've got to come down on him.
He's got to sell this. He's got to sell the share.
Well, look what they did with Dan Snyder and Carolina Panthers, Jerry Richardson.
Yeah, and the guy
they made him sell it. He's gonna have to sell.
Yeah,
and
the only guy except Robert Kraft.
And Robert Kraft just got fucking. I think he just got brought up too. So that's gonna be. That's gonna be interesting.
Got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah,
for what happened with him. So,
well, I wonder how many others are gonna come out.
Hey, you know what everybody was searching for and who wasn't in the 300-page document? Go on ahead. Take your guess.
Well, you
just want to say Jerry Jones.
You just want to fucking say it.
The orange guy?
Go ahead.
The look on your fucking face. Just fucking say it.
Go ahead. Y'all love talking shit about Jerry Jones. Jerry, a lot of things, but a pedophile. Jerry, a lot of things, but a pedophile. That's what I'm saying. Jerry Jones ain't no files, ain't no documents. Jerry might be a tad bit racist, but he ain't no pedophile. That's what I'll say. That's my Dallas Cowboys owner right there.
So your Cowboys are safe.
My Cowboys are safe, fellas.
For now.
Hey, you probably are wishing Rooney's in there so he can sell the team after what he did by giving you Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
honestly,
he might be.
I was waiting for Matthew to go. Yeah. Can Mike McCarthy be the
Mike McCarthy be
Matthew's doctoring AI fucking documents right now with Matthew.
Can he be called like eating something off a woman? You know,
you see, Mike threatened to eat a 13-year-old. No, no. We don't want to get canceled. No. Fellas, the John Mara factor. So I think this was probably my biggest question out of this is John Mara is the soul of the Giants, and right now he's fighting the biggest battle of his life with cancer. I hope he wins it. So he can continue to run the Giants into the ground. He just hired John Harbaugh. Wait, is that? It's not. I'm wishing he's alive. I don't wish death on the man. I just wish he's alive so we can all have great times playing the New York Giants. He just hired John Harbaugh to bring class and winning back, according to him, to the Big Blue. How much of a betrayal is this from Steve Tisch to his partner? And can ownership structure even survive this kind of reputational hit?
No, you can't survive that.
He ain't making it.
There's no coming back from this.
Not in New York. You can maybe survive this in fucking Arkansas. You ain't surviving this shit in New York. I'm sorry, Arkansas, you had to take the blow for this, but you're not making it through New York. I'm sorry, brother. It's not happening. It's not going through.
With the amount of tension this is getting from everyone screaming about it, and the seriousness of it, there's no coming back from this.
No,
you can't. This isn't something you can sweep under the rug. Say people are going to forget about it. This is serious shit, and
you're in trouble, man. You did the wrong thing, and I think.
Fucked.
And the thing is, like,
I'm not sorry, but you're fucked.
No, I have no fucking.
No.
Yeah, I could give a fuck about you, Steve Tisch. I hope you burn in hell. But you're fucked because you're gonna have to sell your stake. I don't think if you're the New York Giants, this is particularly the thing you want on your desk landing there when you're talking about your owner. But hey, NFL. Y'all suspended Zeke for 6 games for allegedly touching a girl. Can we get John Mara on the phone here so we can suspend his partner? But yeah, all the Giants fans, fucking how's it feel, idiots? Anyways, fellas, moving on. We're almost wrapping up here. I just wanted to do a quick Senior Bowl recap. Senior Bowl happened last week. I think my MVP was Garrett Nussmeier. Nussmeier was the undisputed star of the week. It's a QB class that's been called shaky. I actually think, guys, he's going to be good. I think he's going to go to some team that doesn't need a quarterback right away, and he's going to be able to learn. And actually excel when he gets to the point. I don't think he's that bad. He went 5 for 8, 57 yards, and punched the game's opening rushing touchdown. He was the most consistent passer in the drills. He showed elite anticipation and ball placement. He's moved from maybe a maybe to a highly likely day 2 or late round 1 lock. Now, if you guys haven't watched it, there's the SEC documentary on Netflix from last year that the main feature was Garrett Nussmeier, because going into this year, Matthew, you know how much hype was surrounding LSU, how much hype was surrounding him. Obviously, the Brian Kelly thing and everything else that happened took a major blow to his reputation and his draft stock. I think he's going to be real good. I mean, if you guys are looking for a quarterback to watch in the combine, Garrett Nussmeier is probably my pick. I think he's the son of a coach, son of somebody who's been around football for a long time. I think he's going to be the guy. Now, moving on to my juice guys from offense. Jaden Ott, running back from Oklahoma. Fuck Oklahoma, but Jaden, you did a good job. Despite a quiet 2025 season plagued by injuries, Ott looked explosive. He scored a rushing touchdown in the game and, more importantly, rode the bull in pass protection drills, proving he can block much bigger linebackers. Malachi Fields, wide receiver, Notre Dame. This guy was a sleep. I would love for the Cowboys to take this guy, because he's not going to go up in that first set of crop of wide receivers, but he had the play of the week in practice and led the American team in receiving. Scouts love his short area quickness and ability to gain separation vertically. And finally, tight end Nate Borkirker, a hidden gem prospect. He never had huge stats in college. He's Texas A&M tight end, 6'5", 247 pounds. He was catching everything in traffic this week. Expect him to be a popular mid-round target. And finally, for defense, my favorite side of the football, Zion Young, edge Missouri. He was a silky rusher of the week. His cross-chop move became legendary and mobile, and he showed a high level of violence at the point of attack that had the scouts buzzing. Kyle Lewis, linebacker from Pittsburgh. Lewis was a tractor beam to the football, even at a lighter 224 pounds. His energy and pass breakup ability and coverage moved him way up the draft boards. And finally, my guy that I have him circled, everybody should watch his film. My boy, I've watched him live. I didn't know I was watching him live. I was very drunk. It was my bachelor party. Bud Clark, safety, TCU, capped off a great week with a range-heavy interception. He's cementing himself as a premium ball hawk safety. Do you guys have anything for the Senior Bowl, or can we move on to my...
I got one.
I
think one guy that deserves a shout-out is LSU wide receiver Chris Hilton Jr.
Oh, yeah. He had a good game.
So he's the first ever to compete in all 4 major pre-draft All-Star games. He was at the Hula Bowl, the American Bowl, the Shrine Bowl, and the Senior Bowl. So if there's a guy that's working to up his draft stock or to prove that he deserves a spot on your roster, it's this guy. So I thought I'd just give him a quick shout out.
Shout out Chris Hilton Jr. Love that. Love that. LSU great here. Fellas, I've got one mock draft for us to end the episode here. So Laz Zerline delivered his mock draft. I'm going to go through the picks. We can stop it after every pick or each pick or a range of picks. Get your thoughts. Any guesses who number 1 is?
It's got to be Mendoza. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. So number 1,
they need a quarterback.
Fernando Mendoza. Number 2. Now he's big. He's held it there. Unless something happens in the combine or interviews, this guy's got the number 2 pick. Arvell Reese, linebacker and edge. He's got the rare traits and versatility to play linebacker or edge. He also has the highest upside, I think, of anybody in this draft class. He's going to be a big player going to the New York Jets. Now, Arizona. Now, this is not an ideal spot for a quarterback or offensive line, but Spencer Fano, the Utah offensive tackle, might offer the best potential of anybody available as a pass protector. Number 4, we talked about him, David Bailey. Bailey's like a basketball player on grass. I think we talked about that. The Texas Tech product, who tied for the FBS lead with 14.5 sacks this past season, goes to Tennessee. And can you imagine Robert Saleh getting another weapon on defense? That would be a dream come true for him in the top 5. Number 5, okay, New York Giants. I'm going to take some guesses here.
If I was the Giants, I'm going Carnell Tate.
I would probably do the same if I were them.
Dramatic pause from KK. Oh, he was thinking.
I'd probably go with the defensive edge. Ruben Baines.
New York Giants take Mansour Delaney, LSU cornerback. That's a major swing.
That's a high jump.
That's a major Mansour Delaney, like everything I've read in this I don't know what has gone on in the last week. His stock has risen. Like he is going from like a guy that the Cowboys could have taken at 12 and some mock drafts at 20 to now like, you know what? You got it. Wow. He's going at 5. He's going in the top 10. And number 6, Cleveland takes your boy Carnell Tate. That'll be a fun time for Cleveland. They'll like him out there. Yep. You know, he's staying in Ohio. He gets to play with Shador. It's going to be a fun time. Washington takes Keldrick Falk, Auburn edge. Impressive size, odd or even fronts. Dan Quinn, you know what? I can see that pick happening. Now, Tyler Shuck, starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Who do you think they pair him up with?
Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, Jordan Tyson be good. He needs weapons.
I'll go with Jeremiah Love.
There it is. Jeremiah Love. That is the successor to Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. I bet they love him out there.
I'll take that because that means Jeremiah Love doesn't fall to fucking Kansas City.
Yeah.
And Kansas City takes Ruben Bain Jr. A good old.
So either way,
why is he dropping that?
Either way, he's I don't
understand. Like
if anyone is up their draft stock, it's Ruben Bain.
Yeah, but I told you guys what NFL GMs do. They galaxy brain this. They're like, well, he's got short arms.
Yeah, I think that's the reason.
They're going to do it. I'm telling you, when we're standing there in Pittsburgh, which we're going, thank you to the NFL, we're going to the draft. When we're standing there, they're going to be, even this mock draft right now, you guys have already been like, what the fuck would they do that for? With New York taking Delaney, with Kansas City taking Ruben Bain at 9, and he didn't go higher, is you're going to see picks from NFL GMs where they're just like, what? Like, did we think Michael Penix was going to get drafted where he got drafted after they signed Kirk Cousins? Absolutely. Did we think JJ McCarthy was going to get drafted where he got? No. NFL GMs just go fucking haywire on draft day and you're like, you know what? Nope, my gut says this. And bang. Now you got Ruben Bain going to the Chiefs, which is going to be fucked. That's going to be an insane defense.
Like, either way, some stud is falling into Kansas City lap.
Oh yeah, they're going to get a great player at 9.
Yep.
Like the fact that it's Ruben Bain after like all the mock drafts we saw, he was like top 5.
And
but it's not Jeremiah Love.
What I love, at least, yes.
Yeah, at least it's not Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love going to Kansas City would be not fun for anybody involved. And it'll be interesting to see when free agency opens up what these teams do. Like, do you see, you want to know who I've been reading up on and who might be going to fucking Kansas City? Rico Dowdle. Because apparently his time in Carolina is up. He's moving on from Carolina and he might be joining the Chiefs. That's not good for anybody involved. I don't want that. That's not enjoyable. Now, Cincinnati doing absolutely what Cincinnati should do. They have taken an offensive lineman. Francis Magoa from Miami.
They should.
Protecting Joe Burrow is the name of the game here, and that's what they plan on doing. Miami taking Jermon McCoy. You know what?
That's a good pick.
Speaking of a guy who had an injury.
No.
And
with who's on the board?
There's a guy left and they didn't take him.
Which means we're
Dallas.
That's Caleb Downs. That's Caleb Downs. If
Dallas,
Caleb Downs falls to fucking 12. See, this is where if we want to stop now.
Take them though.
Arizona is trading down and someone is drafting Caleb Downs in that spot then.
Oh, buddy, it would be
if we won't go that high. Do you think Caleb's going to go 3?
Over fucking whatever offensive lineman they drafted?
Spencer Fano? Yeah, I think so. I think Caleb Downs, he is the quarterback on your defensive side of the ball. He is the most, he's not.
Well, Dallas needs
He's
that.
not the sexiest player available.
If Caleb Downs is there at 12, oh my fucking God, man.
Yeah, they need him.
I'm going to be belligerent if they take Caleb.
We're going to be fucking there, man.
That's what I mean. It's going to be fucking fabulous.
Should we just fucking go get fucking pre-made jerseys? Have them under our fucking jersey?
Under our shirt, just number 12s, just throw them out. Just Caleb Downs. Oh, my days. Caleb Downs.
Don't, please, for the love of God, don't do that.
It's going to be beautiful.
If you guys do that and they don't pick him.
Well, no,
You
it'd be
don't know
under.
what
It'd be
the
under.
class
It'd be
is.
under. Like,
It'd
we
be
wouldn't
under.
wear it there. It's not gonna be like, yeah, well, this guy's wearing the jersey.
You guys be
in
like, no,
public.
I mean second down. It
No,
doesn't
we'll
mean
have
tail
we'll
down.
have a jersey over top,
Yeah.
and if we
Let's just
draft
start backup
Caleb
jersey.
Downs, we'll start fucking stripping, man.
Yeah, it was, you'll see a strip. It'll be nice things. Number 13, the Los Angeles Rams take Colton Hood, cornerback from Tennessee. Yep, that good times. Baltimore, they got cooked so bad by JSN and Cooper Kupp. They've decided to take corners. Baltimore takes Caden Proctor. My days. Caden Proctor is a huge individual. Huge.
Yeah.
He's 6'7" and like change. Tampa Bay takes Sonny Styles. Okay.
Great pick.
That's a great. If Sonny
pick. If he
Styles
falls
falls to
that
4,
far.
well, because I don't see
What number
Caleb
is that,
Downs.
14?
I don't see Caleb Downs going to 12. At 12, I'm hoping for Sonny Styles.
New York takes Micah Lemon, wide receiver, USC, New York Jets. They take him with the Sauce Gardner pick that they traded. Detroit Lions, KK. They take Zion Young, Missouri Edge. This is a guy, we haven't talked about him yet. We haven't done a deep dive on him. You're going to like him.
He's here.
He
He's a standout.
he's doing
He's a
well.
standout.
He's doing well, Zion Young. Minnesota Vikings. We talked a lot about the Vikings. Shout out to the Vikings. Avion Terrell.
Fuck.
They took a Clemson cornerback.
It's not going to go to
That's who I want. It's
Hey,
fucking
yeah,
Yeah,
20.
you guys have a pick down at 20.
Yes, sir. Carolina Panthers take Miami Edge, Akeem Mesidor.
Wow, that's actually high.
But he's also
jumping
up.
in
He
mock
upped his
drafts,
he
too.
upped his drop stock with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but the Panthers also need sacks.
They need.
Like they need pressure. They finished. They tied 28th in sacks, so they need some pass rush. Now, okay, Dallas Cowboys. All right.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
No, okay.
We got something on the
no,
Panthers.
no, what's going on? What's,
Panthers. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck I want. 'Cause
oh, here we go. You ready?
To draft?
We're gonna make a big board later, but you ready for this? Okay, take your guess. Take your guess.
that's what I'm trying to fuck. I have a player fucking written down.
This is a
that
guy-
hasn't been fucking.
No, this is the guy you've covered.
That's what I mean. I can't remember his fucking name though.
Oh, I remember his name. I remember his name.
Why
The guy
can't
you
I
covered.
fucking remember his fucking name? I can't.
A
remember
wide
his-
receiver.
No.
Yeah.
Are we picking? No, we're not fucking picking a wide receiver.
Jordan Tyson, Arizona State.
off.
Holy shit! That was not the guy
If
I
you-
was thinking. But if we
if
could
the
get
Cowboys
if we could
pick-
get Jordan Tyson,
And Caleb Downs.
If the
Caleb
Cowboys,
Downs?
Caleb Downs, and Jordan Tyson,
Dude,
I'm
if the
okay
Cowboys,
with that.
If the Cowboys pick Jordan Tyson before, that's one pick before the Steelers.
Yeah.
If they pick Jordan Tyson, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jordan Tyson.
That is just a cancer in the locker room. All
But
of
no,
them are
I
just
was
gonna feud.
thinking.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. It's gonna be AJ Brown in the locker room.
Oh.
All three of them are just gonna morph into AJ
It's
Brown.
okay. It's okay.
They're all just gonna morph into AJ
You've
Brown.
also got a wide receiver.
Yeah. Who did we get? A reject.
You picked Pittsburgh Steelers picked at number 21.
did we
Denzel
pick?
Boston from Washington.
gonna
That's
say
so
that.
big fat fuck.
Another
Come
DK
on.
Metcalf.
Another DK Metcalf. Yes.
Great. So he can just harass fans.
Yep. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Worry
great-
about who they're picking. Like you already have Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, you have Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
It
that
don't
should really be
matter.
worrying
Can
about.
that guy harass a fan and then he just get
Oh.
kicked out of the game?
Number
That'd be
22,
better.
Los Angeles Chargers take, I don't know, I'm going to butcher his name. Penn State guard Oliviga Ione. He's a guard. Listen to me. If the Los Angeles Chargers take anything but a offensive O-lineman, I would be very surprised. They need one badly. Philadelphia Eagles at 23 take Cassius Howell, Texas A&M edge. Cleveland Browns take Caleb Lomu at 24, Utah offensive tackle. This is a good pick from the Chicago Bears. They did Caleb Banks, Florida defensive tackle. I think that's a good pick. Based off of all things with the Bears, that's not a bad pick for them. Bills take Toledo safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren. He's 6'2", 202 pounds. Going to be a big boy in their defense. And San Francisco takes the predecessor, the protege to George Kittle, Kenyon Sadiq, the Oregon tight end. Houston Texans, they might not get richer. They take Caden McDonald, the defensive tackle from Ohio State, and the Los Angeles Rams. They take Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback.
That's a solid pick for them.
That's not bad. Considering all the rumors of Matthew Stafford potentially retiring and all this other stuff, it's a good spot for him to learn.
If you can bring back Stafford for another year or two.
Yeah, mentor him, learn, and he's got Sean McVay. It's going to be fine. Denver Broncos take wide receiver KC Concepcion from Texas A&M. That's good. They need some more help for Bo Nix. New England Patriots take Monroe Freeling, Georgia offensive tackle. And the Seattle Seahawks take Chase Bizontis, Texas A&M guard. So you never know. I mean, John Schneider does love to trade out of the first round, so I would not be surprised if Seattle Seahawks trade out of the first round and get some more picks for him. But it'll be a good time.
The player action I was thinking of, because if we get Caleb Downs at 12, I mean, I don't see that happening. I really see us getting Sonny Styles at 12, but at 20, if Monsieur Delane, Avion Terrell, and who's the other cornerback that
Jermon
McCoy get dropped, I was thinking it was going to be Brandon Cisse, cornerback out of South Carolina. That's who I was thinking at.
I wouldn't mind them taking a corner there, like Dallas. I just think they need so much more.
But our
help.
offense is so good. We had the number one offense for the majority of the season. I don't think you take a wide receiver.
But if he has to fall down.
But if he's falling.
He's falling.
And he's like the best guy available.
But you don't need.
But at 20,
our defense needs fucking help. Yeah. And we need all the fucking help.
They do. But it also depends on, this is, like I said, this is before any free agency. Like, you don't know what they're going to do in free agency. They may load up in free agency. You've got maybe a Nakobe Dean, maybe a Blankenship. You've maybe got some other ads. And maybe things are looking a little bit of spruce. But if you're telling me in the situation, all signs are pointing.
Well, yeah, if Jordan Tyson is available at 20,
it's hard to say no.
No.
Not with the amount of talent. And the thing is, let's say you only sign George Pickens to a 2-year extension. Right? Let's say that's a reality. Let's say it's a 2-year, 3-year, whatever.
If I'm still not taking a wide receiver in the first round.
I don't know. I feel like it's tough. It's tough to be it, but if you can replace a Jalen Tolbert or a Ryan Flournoy with a Jordan Tyson, it makes it well. And you never know. Injuries always happen. You saw George Pickens had to step into the number 1 spot this year. So I don't hate Jordan Tyson at number 20. It's fun.
Oh, I don't hate it at all.
No, it's fun. That's what it is. It's fun. It's a fun pick. I think it's and oh my God, if we could piss off some Steelers fans in the process, to keep him with Denzel Boston instead of Jordan Tyson, I think that's a magical thing, and I think it's also a bold play from Jerry, where it's you can try to outscore your problems, and you know what, I applaud him if he does do it, and I'm gonna be there for the ride, as are you guys. I think the NFL draft is gonna be a fabulous time, fellas. Any final parting words before we sign off, fellas?
Fuck the Patriots.
Yeah, fuck the Patriots.
Go Seattle.
Go Seahawks.
Okay.
D-Law, get that fucking ring.
I do.
Yeah,
side note, I do wish DeMar. No, do not get. We don't want his fucking ring. No. Don't. He doesn't care about the Cowboys. He said I could never win a ring in Dallas. The only place I can win it is Seattle. Fuck him too.
No.
Now that I remember about
DeMarcus's, once they leave Dallas,
they always win. They always win. That is true.
JSN's got the fucking cowboy tattoo.
That is true.
Maybe he can put a Lombardi trophy. Maybe he can put a Lombardi trophy over it.
The Cowboys will finally raise the ring in the year 2000. Fellas, another great episode. We'll be back post Super Bowl. We'll do the whole recap, the whole shenanigans. We'll do all that lovely stuff on the other side. But until next time, if you guys have any inquiries, Red Zone Blitz Podcast @gmail.com. Sponsorships, you just want to tell us how you're doing, let us know. You don't follow us on the socials, you're missing out. Red Zone Blitz Pod, Instagram, TikTok. We're on YouTube, Red Zone Blitz Podcast. Other than that, have a good time. Have a Miller Lite. Be safe. Be responsible. Hit back those Super Bowl parties and enjoy, man. Last football game, meaningful football game of the season. Until next time, this is your host, G.
Brandon.
Matt.
KK.
And we're out.